Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Stephen, how are you?
Hi, guys. We're Charlie and Steven. We're doing a third Teilhard YouTube video. We're breaking down our experience of reading the book The Human Phenomenon by Teilhard de Chardin, talking to you about why we want you to read it. And this time, I think we should talk a little bit about some of the difficulties that we encountered and maybe give a little bit of advice on what people should do if they confront this stuff and decide they really want to read the book, which we recommend.
Right. Good idea. Good idea.
One thing Charlie and I just went over before we started the camera is the difficulty of Teilhard's point of view. He essentially is spent his entire life synthesizing spiritual belief and scientific belief and creating a description of a world that will come about and be realizable by everybody once the synthesis is complete for the rest of us.
Right.
Which that makes it, that's a difficult headspace to put yourself in while you're reading a book, which is unlike any book you've probably ever read before.
Right. And it's difficult to plow through in certain places, but actually it's a fairly simple theory once you get your arms around it. But there's places where you have to stop.
Right.
I can only read a couple of pages at a time. And then it's like, what is he talking about here? And then I have to go back and reread it.
Right. I shared that experience. There are some places where I kind of just, I read fairly rapidly either because I wasn't particularly interested, or I wasn't quite getting traction, or I thought I understood what he was saying. There was other places where I'd read 3 or 4 pages and have to stop for 6 weeks. One of the really important experiences I've had, and I think Charlie has had too, is that it's made us really examine some of our preconceptions and prejudices in a way that, personally, I found very, very important to me as I go towards a deeper understanding of what the hell's going on around here. I found the book helpful, but it's a lot of work because you're not only acquiring new information, you're having to discard some of your favorite prejudices and ones you may not have examined for 20 or 30 years.
Right.
It's difficult.
It is. For instance, preconceptions of what it means to be a scientist. He broadens and expands those horizons. He becomes very speculative, but he's still scientific, and that was really different than the scientists I had known.
That's a very good point, and that points out why a lot of scientists hate him.
Right, and that is true. And at the same time, he changed my conception of mysticism, because he is poetic and mystic, but I had associated that with people who weren't very logical.
Yeah.
Or well thought out.
They were dreamers.
But here he's very systematic, so he's got a poetic, mystical approach to the world, but at the same time it's very studied and systematic and grounded in geology and stuff like that.
And for us, it's believable.
Yeah.
It's not, we don't agree with it 100%, but it's quite cogent and believable and really hangs together. It's because it's the product of it's the life's work of a man who was really smart as hell.
Right.
And straddled religious belief and scientific practice equally.
Right.
Which is a very unusual combination.
Very unusual. First time I had ever run into it. Now it's much more popular. We can talk about that later, but Chardin was way ahead of its time. And if you haven't been where he is, it takes some work.
It's a lot of work. To
get to where, but don't let us put you off by saying it's a lot of work.
It's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
We're running short of time, so I would summarize our experiences would be to say that we really enjoyed working on this together.
Oh yeah.
We encourage other people to read it. Not
together.
Yeah, read it in a group, a small group, or just grab some other victim and read it together. It'll probably go better that way.
Yeah, because we could bounce questions off each other,
Right.
and that was really cool.
That was very, very,
Very
helpful.
cool. And also, we got a lot closer from
That's
doing
true.
that. It was cool.
Maybe it was just the coffee.
It could have been. Could have been. Could have been.
We swilled a whole lot of coffee doing this. So, yes, that's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
it was great.
Because
it is great.
you have to. It's quite an experience to just be discarding things that you thought were you just held as sacred beliefs for since you were in
And
high
talking
school.
about
Right.
talking about this stuff with another person
Right.
is pretty rare.
Right. So
Pretty rare.
we invite you to read the damn book. If all you can do is watch these videos, we're cool with that. We'll be viral. That'll be nice.
Right.
Otherwise, go read the book. Please, if you do read the book, if you would be so kind as to come back and tell us where you would like us to go based on your experience, we'd be delighted to follow wherever people lead us. Otherwise, we're just going to talk about it some more. So,
Right.
thank you very much.
All right.
Good work.
I got it.